Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Motorsport Manager. This is episode number 29. The final 3 races of the season were in Phoenix, the U.S. Grand Prix. This is the one that is half circular circuit and half road course. For this one, Verstappen had the best start of anyone on the grid. It was purple sector 1, gained a ton of positions, really found a convenient way through the pack to get up to 10th place. Has since moved into 9th, more so out of pit stops. You've got Ocon, Stroll, Raikkonen, Perez, Sainz, Hülkenberg have all pit already. Kubica and Magnussen have crashed out of this race at the same place. In Kubica's case, it was actually my teammate Jean-Eric Vergne who he crashed into. Luckily, Verne was undamaged by that, but Kubica destroyed his wing and a couple turns later crashed out of the race. Now, for myself, Verstappen running really well in the points right now. High hopes. Well, hello there. That's the video I'm watching on my other screen. It's paused though. I was turning the volume down on my headphones. Alright, well, anyway. We're in good shape. We're just under 50%. It's lap 21, so to make our one-stopper work, we are in a very convenient position on that. We are a minute behind the leaders. So of course, the Big Six always out of the reach. Hamilton pits and just comes out in 3rd place. But just about everybody has made their first stop now. We're down to pretty much just those who were in the back half of the grid starting out. Most of them on the medium compound that's going to go most of the distance and really not help them out necessarily a whole lot, but we're going to get Verne to push for a little bit. He's behind Ocon, but otherwise he's still ahead of Erline. Not sure what happened with... Oh, I guess never mind. He's still 4 seconds away from Rosberg, Ericsson just in front of him. But everybody else is a bit out of reach, so he's still got a chance with those guys. Rosberg has really used those tires up early in this race, so he'll be pitting sooner rather than later. We'll see how that affects him later on down the road, and if Verne can take advantage and move up the order a little bit. Verstappen comfortably running all alone in 9th place right now. Cassidy ahead of us. Wickens also had a really good start and is still running in 6th place. On the mediums, so he'll be tough to beat today, and really that's who we're looking at. Here's with 3 races to go, this one, the first of those final 3 races. Here's what we're looking at in terms of the standings. I'm going to go times 4 speed as we go through this. So Haas are on 65 points, Williams have 49, we have 44, and Alfa Romeo have 32. Those are the only teams in any sort of position that might be within reach. Haas is probably out of reach, but 21 points in three races, it's not impossible. To help that, Magnussen out of the race. Grosjean currently running behind us in 10th. He's on mediums, but he's going to be pitting actually quite soon. So there is that. Okay, Verne now 15th. Back off again. These tires heat up really quick. He's at 28%. He'll be pitting soon. Excuse me. I will be coughing periodically. There's the worst flu bug in decades in my region of the United States, and it's gone through just about everybody I know. I'm just about over it, but the cough is fun one. Not really, but you know. Alright, so 58 seconds behind. We're just 5 seconds behind Cassidy. We might still have a chance at Cassidy later in this race. Leclerc is behind us. Has not pit yet, so that's an interesting one. Norris will pit very soon. Grosjean pits, comes out in 14th. So after his pit stop, he is in 14th. You got to assume that we're going to be in a similar position. Verne, meanwhile, I think it's about time we bring him in. So where is he? We're going to do one more lap. I'm going to wait until he goes to come around this final turn. And as he's coming around the final turn, we're going to attack out of that turn along this front straight, and that's now. Gotta wait till he goes past pit road. Oh, he already has. That was pit exit right there. And he looks pretty good to make it to the end of the race today. So currently running in P14. Perez has already pit. Raikkonen is pit. Those guys behind him, that's not who he's battling. He is battling Marcus Ericsson in front of him, so that would be a nice target for us. So again, the teams we're really watching out for. Haas, yeah, a little bit. If you have somebody like Grosjean has a bad day today, who's already back up into P12 after his pit stop. If he has a bad day today, then we're looking at, Timo Glock, drive-through penalty, causing a collision. He did that, apparently, while passing Sebastian Vettel for the race lead. It's a good stop by Vern. Oh, he's side-by-side with the Mercedes. We got a little problem here. Hopefully this is not holding the both of them up significantly, and hopefully they do not immediately come into a collision as they exit out of pit road, side-by-side. Bottas comes out on intermediates. Ooh, hello. Okay, we're going to want Verstappen to go as late as possible, and he will come out on intermediates because it looks like we will have enough rain to go the distance. I should have checked on that. Should have checked on that more recently than I have. Last time I checked, there was no sign whatsoever that there was any rain coming. So for Verstappen, we're going to try to hold out for a little bit. He's at 22%. If we pit him right now, he's going to lose just a ton of time over the coming laps. Probably more so than he would actually gain. He's watching Bottas, right? How much time is he losing? He was on pole. So how much time does he lose? Yeah, he's losing a second in a quarter of a lap. So he's losing at least 4 seconds a lap. Probably more than that, more than 6. So in just a few laps, you lose more than you gain from the pit. And Verstappen is at 19%. So how much time is he going to be losing here? Tenths. Fern, we're pushing. Because he's all the way down at 20th. And still battling with Glock. So I suppose that's something. Came out with Glock and he's still there battling with Glock, who's in 3rd place overall. But he's going to have to pit again himself real soon. So I'm okay with him being overheated. In fact, you've got nothing to lose. If you're going to see points, you're going to have to really attack. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain. So, Verstappen, 17%. Should we start pushing? Do we want to pit this lap? I think we need to. At least in the damp, he's not going to lose huge chunks of time. Alright, one stopper, intermediates to the end. He has not lost much time at all at this point. His pace is actually good at the moment as we're pushing. But we'll see what can he do out there on track. Everybody's going to be stopping before too long, so on that part, we're okay. I want you to push fuel-wise for a little while. He's going to come out in 10th place. That's good. Wow, he only lost 1 position. Now, he's the 2nd car on intermediates out in the grid. Leclerc has pit. He came out on intermediates. We'll allow Vern to push as long as his time is okay. Ignore for now. It's not time yet. I'm going to leave you out for a little while. It's dangerous what we're doing with Vern, but if he can gain some time, we'll have a small chance. Raikkonen has spun. It begins. Perez locks up. Verline with the lockup. Fast and furious now. Ninth place is Ocon. He is well ahead of us, but a pit stop, right? Keep an eye on the time, 78.3. We're still damp, but we are just about wet on the track now, and it's starting to rain pretty hard. So we're right about where we want to be for intermediates. Glock has retired. Did not fix whatever problem he had while passing Vettel for the race lead. Meanwhile, his teammate Hamilton has taken over the race lead, also getting around Vettel, but doing so cleanly. Okay, track's wet. Vern, it's time. You're going to pit. All right, let's go ahead and stay with Vern until he does so. 8th place, Cassidy in the pits. He's already coming out of the pits. Here comes Verstappen. Here comes Verstappen. He's close, but he's still behind him. That's a lot closer than where he had been previously, though. So we did already gain ground on him. The later it is for other cars to pit, the faster, the more ground that Verstappen will ultimately gain on them. Right now, Bottas, Cassidy, the only ones that have pit. Here's Vern. See a number of other cars on pit road right now. This seems to be the ideal time to bring it in. Okay, back to Verstappen. Vern's going to come out well behind. He's in 21st. He's got the worst car. Can't blame him. And we didn't manage to make a one-stopper work. Didn't make the tires last. Wow, Glock is still ahead of us. Wickens in the pits. He's coming out. Ocon in the pits. We're going to easily pass Ocon. So we get back that position. And we're up to 8th. We are up to 8th. That is Glock. We got around Glock. So we gained a position in that way. Verstappen in 8th place. And we are close to Wickens and Cassidy. So we have closed in significantly on those two. Gasly has not pit yet. And Gasly is... the gap's coming down. 19 seconds behind. Can we get Gasly? That's the only position left other than Wickens or Cassidy out on track. If we could somehow jump them. We need to cool these tires off. Fifth place, that's Gasly. Gasly's in the pits. As we come around, he is just now coming out. We have got him. We're into 7th. In 7th. Now, Gasly's 5 seconds behind. We're 3 seconds behind Wickens and about 6 behind Cassidy. That's who we're battling. Ocon is too far back unless we have a spin or a collision of some kind. There's no reason to believe that Ocon is anything to worry about. Now, downside here, Wickens in the Williams. They're 5 points ahead of us. He's going to get a couple points more than us. Safety car. Okay, safety car leaving the garage. No reason to pit right now. Yeah, no reason to pit. This is going to bunch up the field. This is both good and bad for us. We should be as fast or slightly faster than Wickens, so we could contest him. But the problem is Gasly and Ocon, Red Bulls, they're going to be quicker than us. They stayed out too long. But now they're going to move up. Leclerc, though, Toro Rosso out. If we were battling them in the championship, I suppose that would be good. So a checkup on these guys. Grosjean's 11th for Haas. He's the only one in the points. We'll gain some ground on them, seemingly. Okay, but Williams, right? Wickens all the way up in 6th. We're in 7th. We'll have a chance to beat Wickens head-to-head and maybe gain a couple points on them. So we'll gain ground on Haas. We could gain ground on Williams. It's going to come down to whether we can beat Wickens or not. Alpha. Raikkonen's in 15th. Ericsson's 19th. Vern, by the way, is up to 18th. And he'll have plenty of fuel. Speed this up until it's time. Last lap. Until the safety car period ends. 20 cars left running in this race. A couple cars still haven't caught up, including Grosjean. This could be good. Sainz is also a ways back there. If they don't... they're going to catch up. They're going to catch up. Yeah. Back off a little more. Excuse me. Okay, safety car is pulling away. It's almost time to go. Okay. Alright. It's close enough. We gotta figure that they're going to want to go. Track's soaked right now. It'd actually be good to be on wets, but everybody's on the intermediates. So we're all in the same boat. It's okay, and this isn't going to last long. Alright. Race has restarted. Verstappen's got a good start, but he's got Verline blocking him off for now. He will get by to the inside here. Come on, finish it off. Finish it off. Through the chicane. And finally he's around him, but no! Again, he's got to look to the inside, so Verstappen, poor start. And now he's got the Red Bulls, both Red Bulls, breathing down his neck. Also, Grosjean and the McLaren both caught up. Verne, meanwhile, has gone around Rosberg up to 17th. He's battling all the way up to 12th. So Verne could get all the way up to 12th with a good run here. Verstappen, though, is in 7th. Gasly... Big! Verstappen collides with Gasly, but that's not his fault. That is not his fault. Don't you dare. No action taken. No action taken. But the wing and the suspension are both damaged. Shoot. That was Gasly who just... I don't know. Gasly was behind us. I don't see how he hadn't passed us. I can't bring you in now. It would be 11th place if we brought him in. We're up to 6th. Gasly's pitting. Actually, we'd be looking maybe at 10th if Gasly's that far back. We're down to 8th now, so Sainz has gone from 10th up to 6th, benefiting the most from that crash. Wickens is down to 7th. We're in 8th. And damage. And there could be damage all up and down the field right now. As that was... close to a 10-car pileup. Oh, there's another! And we get caught up in it there, too. We come out of this now in 8th place, but Sainz, Wickens, 10-second penalty, yes! Okay, Grosjean's got a problem. Sainz has a problem. We have a problem, though. Do we need to pit in these final laps? Verne, how are you doing in all this? You are way behind. Back off a little. It's not raining anymore, but the track's not going to dry out enough. So we're in 7th. Cassidy is 6th. This could be good if we hang on. Grosjean's 8th. I'm less worried about him moving up, and he's got issues. So he's got damage, and his tires are gone. Perez, we got a yellow flag, Sector 3. Perez has spun. This is in front of us. Yes, both racing points are right there. They bunched up. Ricardo has spun. That's just in front of us. That's going to bunch the field up a little bit. There's Verne. Safety car leaving the garage. Oh man, okay. Well, ignore for right now. Let's take a look. Where are we? Safety car is leaving the garage. Ricardo has crashed, so he's out of the race. If we pit and fix the problem, I don't like this idea. I do not like this idea. If we pit and fix this, we're going to come out in... Well, Ricciardo's going to drop down, so we'd come out in 11th. Could we go for it in the last 5 laps? It's already only damp. Is it going to rain? It is going to rain again right at the end. Final couple laps. But we're down to damp. Could we put on... Could we run the risk? Put on the super softs. And try to outrun everybody at the end. The worst thing that's going to happen, right, is we finish 11th. We stay out. Best thing that's going to happen is maybe we get 5th or something. We're not going to beat those guys. We've got faster cars behind us except for these two. They're the two that are directly behind us. Now, meanwhile, Vern, it's the same thing, right? He's going to, well, he'll move up to 16th here. So maybe we do keep him where he's at. As soon as they get around Ricciardo, he'll be in 16th, and he can beat Rosberg. Really tempted, though, to try. If the track's damp and not wet, the dry compound's faster. It's only just a little bit damp right now, though. And rain's coming back. And if rain's coming back... Whew. It's a big if. It's a big risk. For Verstappen, it's more because I'm worried he's not going to make it the distance. This is going to bring us down to the last handful of laps. And Verstappen's right behind Vern. They're a lap apart. Okay. Yeah, look how dry the track is. It's just that it will rain again. So how much do we gain? Tempted to bring them both in. Vern's out in front, so he'd be quick. Could possibly win the race. Okay. Double stack. Vern. Just a few seconds. We fix Verstappen, guaranteeing the finish. He only drops to 9th. He only dropped to 9th place. The other guys, their pits took so long. Okay, so Hulkenberg is a lap down now. Norris is so there's only 10 cars on the lead lap. So we actually only dropped 3 places. And now we're taking the chance with the damp conditions. The worst that could happen is we drop 1 more place to 10th. Or it pays off. We not only get back to 6th, but we could maybe win this race or see 5th place something. Grosjean's got damage. He might not even finish. Wickens took some damage and all of that. And same with Vern. He's going to be in 18th here. He only gave up, what, 2 positions? Here comes the rain again, though. Warm those tires up. Now the good thing for Vern is he's got 2 laps of spare fuel, so he's going to be able to push really hard. Verstappen, it's less than a lap, so he's not going to be able to push quite as hard, while everybody else is going to be able to push really hard. Alright. We got the tires warmed up. That's good. They warmed up really quick. It's still just damp, so we might be fast. We might not. You're going to go on overtake. You're going to go on high. And here we go. We ride with 9th place, Max Verstappen. Does he have the pace on the damp track? It appears not. It appears not. You know, he's getting passed by Raikkonen. The track is damp. Dry compound. It's not wet. It's damp. Nope, we're not making any progress. Ah. Now they're both going backwards. Well, there you go. There's problems. There's more problems up ahead. Oh, there's problems again. Everybody's spinning out. Oh, this is funny. Okay, so it's lap 50. Max is up to 9th. Grosjean's got a problem. He's going backwards. Wickens is in 5th. Oh, man. Vern's in 19th. He's the last car running. What happened to Raikkonen? Raikkonen was a full lap behind us. How did Raikkonen get ahead of us? There was a full lap separating Vern from Raikkonen. I don't know how Raikkonen got that lap back, but okay. 2 laps to go. Yeah, never mind the allow teammate through. There's another issue again in this corner. Closes us back up. Vern gets around Raikkonen. Raikkonen's got a 10-second penalty. Oh! I had Vern spun out. No action taken. Last lap of the race. The risk has not paid off. It's still just a damp track. It's not wet. That's supposed to be the crossing point between advantage dry versus advantage wet. And we're clearly off the pace, but only just compared to these guys. Hamilton sets a fastest lap on the intermediate? How the heck did he do that? Alright, so we finish 9th and 19th. But there were penalties galore all over the place, so if we're lucky, somebody will have something. In terms of 10-second penalties, Wickens through Gasly, any of them with a 10-second penalty would move Verstappen up. Vern's going to miss points, I think. Waiting on Grosjean to nurse his car back for the finish. Oh, Hamilton blew out. Oh, no, that was Timo Glock. Well, that ended up being an interesting race. That strategy looked like it should have paid off, but it didn't. Especially when it started raining before we went green again. If we would have had even just a lap of only semi-damp and still not raining, even that one lap, we could have moved up quite a few spots. But look where we finished. Look where we finished. Max Verstappen, 6th place. So we got it back. We got it back. Vernon 18th. So we got 6th anyway. Little luck for that. I think that's all penalties. It is. Even Max. Max had a 10-second penalty. 20, 20, 20. Okay. The way they counted it, we're 30 seconds down. Hamilton takes the race win and 32 points. Vettel takes 2nd, Bottas 3rd. Ocon recovers from 10th to 4th. Cassidy 5th. We get 6th. Wickens 7th, so we do gain points on Williams. Haas do get 6 points, but we gain 8 on them. Audi get 3 points for Rosberg. Verline gets nothing though, so we do gain on them as well, put more distance to them. And Alpha, no points for Alfa Romeo, so we put further distance to them. So Alfa Romeo almost out of reach behind us. Williams, the 5-point gap is now going to be a 3-point gap. And we gain a little bit on Haas as well. So Max moves up to 14th. Level on points with Wickens, who has been the favored Williams driver. He's had the stronger car. There's been a clear gap between those two cars. And there you go. So just 3 points behind Williams, 13 behind Haas. It's a little much for 2 races to go, but Alfa Romeo and Audi, no threat anymore. We're almost double their points now. 2 races to go. We could definitely beat Williams. Not saying we will, though. There's no telling. Wickens has always been a tough one, and he's had some really good race results a few times this season, and then he's nowhere to be seen the rest of the time. While we've always been inside the top 20 with Verstappen in every single race, pretty much all season long. But how high can we get up the points has always been a little tricky. That was a good points haul. A very good points haul. Tight contest. Making me nervous. I don't know whether to believe the team owner, who says if I don't finish 9th in the Constructors, I will be fired. Now, his manager satisfaction is 100%, and we're 3 points out of 9th. So, if I finish 10th, do I get fired even though he's got 100%, or do I just take a major hit? Do I take a 40% hit on his satisfaction? And if you're low otherwise, then you get fired, or does that just put me down to 60%? And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I'd be really ticked if we finish 3 points out of the position he wants us to be in and just straight up fires us. Verstappen is definitely better, but Vern is constantly taking the morale hit, and I'm never sure if it's actually dropping or not because I'm not paying close enough attention to that. But because we are giving him a clearly inferior car, he's been unhappy. Never mind that part. Let's go to the pit crew. Okay, a 19 with a 78 stamina. That's not bad. That's not bad. We'll take it for now. It's an improvement upon those 18s that we have. In fact, that 17, that last 17 we have left, we can now get away from because we have 3 20s, 2 19s, and 3 18s. So now we can get these guys back in. suppose we can put the better 19 with them. There you go. And then now, this guy could be gone, except for we could keep him as a backup here. I have a couple spots. Speaking of, he's down to a 75. Might want to swap that guy out, but you know what? No, I'm okay. He's okay. Well, it's only a couple races to go. And those guys are okay. And look at that. First on the grid with this group in. I'll make sure we let these guys go, though, so we get additional choices. Otherwise, they stay there. New gearbox done in just a few days. In the meantime, we are working on this new gearbox that currently is being used on Vern's car, though it should be on Verstappen's car, but we're trying to get the most out of the car that we can right now. So we'll wait a couple days till this is done. That's a 51% gearbox. And it's a great one. Where does that put us on gearboxes now? Okay, so there's the 3 new ones. And you can see this great one. It's a 940. That's nice. Okay, that's definitely going the right direction. I think that was the last gearbox that we were going to do. And then we still... Oh, actually, that does complete. Completes our basics for the year. Okay, we need to get this one upgraded very quickly, though. So we'll definitely spend some more staff on that to get those ready to get them on the car. Then, where do we want to go for the rest of the season? It is a good ask. The suspension, there's a huge gap between that first one, and it's only the 3rd iteration, so we might want to go that direction. Let's check that suspension. What can we do here? Risk level. That's the tricky thing here. What are you supposed to do? This one hurts the car. But we don't necessarily have to use that as we're already locked to great. So there's max. Ooh, see, it won't let me have another one of these, but it would let me have another one of these. And that's what we already have. I wonder we didn't take anything additional. Try to see if we can help the car out a little bit. Brakes is our other weakest area, so let's see what we have if we get into these guys. Oh, there you go. That's much better. And we have room for another one here. Okay, this we will do. Brakes are an especially weak area for us anyway, so. Has anything gotten off the bottom other than the engine? Oh, still. Oh, there you go, 11th on the rear wing. But if we keep making progress on that engine, we should start to see a real impact. next season. If we can get that beyond the back end of the grid. So we're up to a 73 and a 60. Keep that at 10-10. I'm not going to keep this on there much longer, though. That is for our second car. So if Vern's got about a 77, 78, I'm totally good with that for the rest of the season. Alonso takes the race win. Vettel leads our championship by a single point. Okay, I think we should be good enough now. Yeah, there you go. You will be fired. Just don't want that possibility. Okay, 80% is good. That'll make it a little faster on this one. 71 is just about tolerable. 5 days to go here. Promise broken. What promise is broken? What promise did I make you? I love how your morale is really low about nothing. I didn't promise you anything. Alright, well with that we are ready to head to the next race with an upset driver. Just 2 races to go in the season. Just 3 points behind Williams. Top speed's crucial, so that's good. Should be in for a dry race. Should be relatively straightforward. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.